Opening up the UFC Vegas 97 main card, we have Rongzhu taking on Chris Wartaco Padilla. Rongzhu 25-5 in his career. He is 4-1 in his last 5 on a nice 4-fight win streak. He's taking on Chris Padilla 14-6 in his career. 4-1 in his last 5. He is also on a 4-fight win streak. And Rongzhu is a good striker. He picks his shots pretty well. He's got some solid power. When he's marching forward, when he's dictating, he can do quite well. But if he's backing up and if he's reacting, he can end up a step behind. He can end up sort of losing those exchanges. He averages 2 takedowns per fight. He has a 63% takedown accuracy, which would imply that he spends most of the time on the ground. But he does have a negative striking differential somehow, which means he has hit more than he hits his opponents. And he's looking to get another crack at the UFC here against Chris Padilla. Chris Padilla, pretty well-rounded guy. He's had some mixed success on the local scene. He likes to come forward, strike for a little bit, move to a clinch, or work in a takedown. He's not great at anything, but he is good at everything. He's got good forward pressure. He's very durable. He's explosive. His takedowns are incredible. He can struggle at times to keep people down, but he looked phenomenal in his last fight, which was a short notice step up against James Yontop, where he shot a beautiful double, got it to the ground, and got the finish almost immediately. And he got a lot of backlash heading into that fight because his record was 6-6 in his last 12. And people were like, this guy's 6-6 in his last 12. How could he get the UFC call-up when there's other people? And then he went out there, got that fight done. And I like him to win here. Rongzhu is on a 4-fight win streak, but it's over regional guys. He headhunts. And if he doesn't find power or takedowns, he struggles. Chris is a well-rounded guy. He's got multiple ways to win. He's not the most dangerous guy in the world, but he's got experience. He's got composure. He's got pressure. He's got wrestling, the ability to snatch things up. I like Chris Padilla to win here, and I picked him 2 weeks ago. Jakey boy, what do you think?
Yeah, this is probably going to turn into a dogfight. And I'm taking Chris Padilla. I'm taking Chris Taco Padilla in a dogfight 10 out of 10 times. I fucking absolutely love this kid. I say kid because the way that he talks, the way that he acts, the way that he fights, he seems like he is just a savvy veteran. And he mentioned, I think it was a change of camp like 4 fights ago, or a change of mentality. And you could really see those differences. He is starting to come into his own and believe his own abilities inside the octagon. They asked him after his last fight, are you surprised how easy the takedowns were? I mean, those were beautiful. I mean, he had like 3, just pick up, just cut the angle, blast doubles. He looked at the camera and said, no, I'm not surprised. He knows how hard he is working. He's only 28 years old, still coming into his own, but he's such a well-rounded guy. He has that Muay Thai striking, nasty elbows, the offensive wrestling, the defensive wrestling as well. And I believe when push comes to shove, when this turns into Rongzhu trying to just out-pressure Chris Padilla, he can kind of flip that switch on Rongzhu and kind of really turn this fight around. I believe Rongzhu's probably going to be all over him in the first round with the pressure striking on his hips. Chris is going to bide his time. He understands what he can do in this type of fight. And when this starts turning, you're going to see Chris in this guy's face, on top of him, looking for a finish with elbows or with submissions as well. You saw how fast he got Yontop's back and threw that choke in. That was really high-level stuff. I think he is better a little bit everywhere. That's why he's my fucking lock of the week. And full transparency, I'm not telling what you guys what to do, whatever. I got about $1,300 on this guy in between. +2. I got him +245 when I first bet him. I bet him even more. I think +210, something like that. So I'm on Taco Padilla. Doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. I'm not telling you guys to do it just because I'm doing it. I'm just full transparency. That's where I'm at in this fight. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it wrong. But he's my lock of the week this week, and I feel good about him.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I think he wins as well. I mean, it's always nice when you and I end up agreeing on a big underdog, because you texted me the other day and you're like, Chris Padilla wins this fight, right? And I was like, I think so. I picked him too, because you don't look at my picks until you're done. So
anytime Rongzhu has fought somebody that's like a UFC level guy, he's really kind of struggled. And I believe, as much hate as people want to give Chris Padilla. Even now, I mean, he was a plus 350 dog versus Jan Top. Now he's an open almost a plus 250. In this fight, they keep disrespecting him. I think that is because of past performances. I mean, he went through a stretch where he lost 3 fights in a row. He's not that same fighter anymore. I mean, he is a UFC level guy. He's going to give a lot of people a lot of issues in this division, and I just think he's better than Rongzhu.
Yep, I'm with you. We are both on the same side here. Pretty big underdog as well, so plenty of value if you like that pick. If you like that bet, congratulations. $7,300 in DraftKings Fantasy. I think there's plenty of value there. At the very least, there will be some takedowns. There will be some action. There will be some activity, some forward pressure, and he will score well for you in your DraftKings Fantasy lineup. If you do want to check out the picks, the bets, the tools, we developed a freaking tool called the Data Analyzer. It has every stat for every fighter in every fight, clear through October. Ready to go, ready for you to interact with. You can export graphs. I'm getting
Hold on a second. If you guys want to watch my Lock of the Week video, if you don't want to watch, I would recommend you watch the whole thing on YouTube. We appreciate that, the support on that, like that video. But also, just the videos on my Instagram, and I sent it to Chris, and he put on his Instagram. It said it made him cry. It's a little bit of a different video. More, usually it's like all these like crazy highlights and stuff. This one's like almost like you can see like his journey. I thought it was pretty good. So if you want to look at my Instagram, he put on his too, and it said it made him cry. So
it was good. It was a very good edit. They always are, but yeah, you're right. It was a different feel. WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member. At the top, unlock the picks, the bets, the tools, that data analyzer that I was talking about. It's going to give you a full tape index so you can watch the fights of these actual fighters. You want to see Chris submit James Yontop? Great. Go to tools in the menu, click data analyzer, pull up Chris Padilla's name. You'll see all his stats. Look at his fights. Click the button. Bang. Fight pops up. You can watch it.